Good day, viewers at home. This is word problems on quadratic equations. Some questions can be given in form of sentences. So from the sentences, you form your equations, then you solve. A man is 6 times as old as his son. 3 years ago, the product of their ages was 54. Find their present ages. You say the man is 6 times as old as his son. So the first thing we do is we say let the son's age be y. So if the son's age is y, then the man's age is what? 6y. The man is 6 times as old as the son. So if the son's age is y, then the man's age will be 6y. Now, 3 years ago, if I'm 10 years old now, 3 years ago, I will be 10 minus 3. That's 7. So that means 3 years ago, I was 7 years. So somebody's age 3 years ago simply means subtract 3 from the present age. So the man's present age is 6y. You are going to subtract 3. The son's present age is y. We are going to subtract 3. And the question says, 3 years ago, the product of their ages was 54. What do we mean by product? Product is multiplication. So product is multiplication. That means if we multiply this by this, it will be 54. Don't forget, when you have a binomial, that is something that has 2 terms like this, and you are multiplying by another binomial, you put each of them in bracket to avoid a mistake. So 6y minus 3 multiplied by y minus 3 is 54. So now we open this bracket. 6y times y, 6y squared. 6y times 3, 18y. 3 times y, 3y. This is minus minus plus. 3 times 3, 9 equals 54. Equals 54. So 6y squared minus 18y minus 3y, that is minus 21y plus 9. We bring in this 54 equals 0. So 6y squared minus 21y plus 9 minus 54, that is minus 45 equals 0. We observe that this has given us a quadratic equation. So we need to solve this now using maybe factorization method. But if you look at the figures here, 6, 21, 45, they have something in common, which is 3. 3 will divide through all these numbers. So to make it easier for myself, I can reduce the numbers by dividing them by 3. If I divide 6 by 3, I will have 2. So that is 2y squared. If I divide 21 by 3, I have 7. Then if I divide 45 by 3, I have 15 equals to 0. So we can see now that these numbers are kind of smaller for us to factorize. So referring back to our previous lessons on the quadratic equation, how to solve using factorization method, you multiply 2 by 15, that is 30. So now we now look for factors of 30 that can give us minus 7. So here we are going to get minus 10 and plus 3. So we are going to replace this minus 7y now with these 2. So it is 2y squared minus 10y plus 3y minus 15 equals to 0. So we pair them and factorize. 2y, 2 is common to 2 and 10. Then y is also common here. Then this is left with only y. 2 in 10 is 5. You bring down your sign, plus 3 and 15, the highest common factor is 3. Then this is y. 3 in 15 is 5 equals 0. Don't forget that what we should always look out for in this this expression in the bracket and this other one must be the same. If they are different, that shows we have made a mistake somewhere. So we have y minus 5. Then this one's outside. 2y plus 3 equals to 0. So that means y minus 5 equals 0, or 2y plus 3 equals 0. Y equals 5, or y will be, 2y equals minus 3. So y equals 5, or y equals minus 3 over 2. But in the question, we are dealing with age. And in age, there's no way you get a negative answer. So that means we are going to take y to be 5 only. We cannot get a negative answer when we are talking about age, or number of people, or length, or height. So remember, we used y to represent the son's age. So that means the son is 5 years old, because we are asked to find their present ages. The son is 5 years old. So if the father is 6 times as old as the son, so the father will be 5 times 6, which is 30. So the man is 30 years old, and the son is 5 years old. Thank you.